We keeping it.
Man, I don't really know. Am I? I am. It's just me. Will I ever say that to your face? I don't know. Probably not. All right, let's go. Let's try again. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Emerald Says. Um, Today we got to get right into it because I'm running low on time, and we got some stuff to talk about and talk about quickly. So, first things first, I'm sure you have noticed that it's a little different. It's a slightly different angle, perhaps a little more zoomed out. You can see my legs, which means you can also see that I'm in a dress and a hoodie. Listen, man, this is my life. I've been this way for a long time. If anybody knew me from middle school, which I highly doubt that they're watching, praise God. But no, if you hear, hey, what's up? It's been a minute. Delta Hood. It is what it is. But if any of y'all know me from middle school or high school, the early parts, you know that I rocked hoodies and dresses because I was in sports and we had to dress up for our games and whatnot. Yet it was cold in school, and what I wasn't going to do was be out here cold. So, similar situation today. I have a dress on, and it's just like a house dress, like one of them like $10 dresses from Amazon before Amazon was wilding. And yeah, I was like, let's throw a hoodie on. So, here we are. This is my free indeed hoodie, but what you can see on the front says "Who the sun sets free," and then the back says "Free indeed" in really big puff letters. Very cute. Shout out to Bold Apparel and the Perrys. Love them. But yeah. Also now you get a whole view of my big old chair. I love it. I love this thing so much. Me and this chair, we don't go way back. I haven't had it that long. I've maybe had it a year and a half. But I love this thing. I'm so proud of this thing. And this chair holds a lot of tears. It holds a lot of tears. But it's also given me a lot of rest. And so, yeah, I am letting y'all into a private space by recording this in my chair. But yeah, so y'all get to see a lot of things, but there's also some things that you cannot see, praise God, and that is my skin. Thank God for this camera. I don't know what it does, but it be giving glow. Also probably has something to do with the lighting situation we got going on. But the last few weeks, it's been warfare with the skin. And that's just one of the few ways that it's been warfare, but my skin has literally broken out. I don't typically get breakouts, and if I do, it's like one or two pimples. No, like my face has erupted. And this might be dramatic because I know there are people who deal with cystic acne on a regular basis. I do apologize. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but for someone like me who has dealt with acne very significantly all over my body for a very long time and has finally figured out ways to clear my skin up, and to prevent acne from showing up, I'm just not understanding where all of these pimples are coming from. I don't get it. I do not understand. And now I got this big old scrape on my chin from my nails not being done because I have really thin nails when there's no overlay or anything on them. They're really thin, and they're so thin that they will literally cut you. So I cut my own face last night with my own nails. And so you got to stay back there because it's too much going on up close. But on a more realistic and honest note, I just can't make any clips when everything was right up on my face. So I had to push y'all back so that I can turn this horizontal video into potentially some vertical shots that people could actually use. On social media and all the things. So here we are. And yeah, also, thank God you cannot see my feet anymore. The first time I recorded this, you probably could see my feet. And then I had to cover my feet up because even though you all the way back there, I just didn't need you seeing like my tone paint chipping off. I can't even say that right. You know what I'm saying. So, yeah, what I am saying is that it's been now 2 weeks since the last video or podcast that I've released. And that is because I've been in spiritual warfare, and I think the enemy's just mad. I don't think I know. And so let me tell you just a couple of the ways real quick, about how me and the enemy had a tussle. But I won. Ha! If you know, you know. Me and the devil had a tussle. But I won. Um, so I had to go on a work trip to San Francisco. I am now back from that work trip. But once I returned, I immediately was like, I have to record a podcast. I got back on like a Thursday or something like that, tried to record the podcast on like that Friday, and so that it could be released that next Wednesday. Give me plenty of time. Everything was going to work out just fine. Give me plenty of time to like do this and continue on a consistent schedule, because I told the Lord I didn't want to start anything that I could not be consistent in. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And we going back and forth about some other things right now as well. So, yeah, I had every intention of recording a podcast, sat down, recorded the podcast, specifically the episode about being a church kid and a regular kid, or a pastor's kid and a regular kid at the same time, recorded the full-blown episode. Guess what? Audio was gone. No audio. The only audio was from my camera, which even when it was up close, did not pick up like a mic does. And this mic, it's doing a wonderful job. It's from TikTok, but it's not necessarily the most quality. It does get the job done though. So like, I was just like, not my mic not working the whole time. But while I was recording, I would look over and make sure that the mic was working, and the mic was working. So when I went to click and it was only a 3-second clip and it was straight static for 3 seconds, I just didn't understand what was going on. So of course I deleted everything. Later on, my friend was like, you could use like the video for B-roll and all that type of stuff too. And I said, for what? There's no audio. Like, no. She was right. But at that point I was already upset and had already deleted it all. So, yeah, fast forward. I shared this camera with my church, and my friend, or not my friend, but that evening after church, I came back, said, okay, it's time to record another video. So I recorded a video either Sunday or Monday, something like that. And I think it was Monday. Sit down to record a video, and guess what? The camera dies. And I get the camera to turn on just long enough to realize it didn't record anything. Nothing at all. So this time, got audio, no visual. Now, I hadn't recorded a full episode, so it was like I didn't have enough to put a podcast out. And I was just like, I want video because I've already started video. So we're not just going to switch up and do an audio only episode this early on. So what do? Now, mind you, this is Monday. Now, I'm preparing this past week. I've been preparing to speak a sermon on Sunday, as well as preparing to help serve at this very large barbecue with like 70 plus people, right? And it was a lot on my plate. It was a lot going on. And so for the camera to be dead was not going to work for me. Now that's fine, because I have a second battery and a charger that I always keep in the case. So help me understand why I went to the case and there was no charger and there was no second battery. So what did I have? A dead camera and nothing else. So I was like, it's cool. I'm going to just go to the church and I'm going to find the battery. So guess what I do? The next day, Tuesday, I go to the church. Guess what I cannot find? The charger or the battery. I can't find it. Can't find it anywhere. And so I was like, we're going to take some time. We're not going to let this get us upset. I had a really, really, really rough Monday. So I was just like, the devil's already trying to play with me, trying to get into my mind. He's trying to make me shut up. We're not going to shut up, but we're going to take our time. We're not going to do this out of rage. So I'm trying to keep myself calm. Come Wednesday got a whole lot going on too. I still can't find that doggone charger. Cannot find it. And so I was like, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order myself one. So the church has their charger. The church has their battery. I have my charger. I have my batteries. And we don't never have this issue ever again. Guess what shows up? So I order same day delivery so that it should be arriving anytime between 5 and 10 p.m. on Wednesday. I was like, I can record a quick episode, make some minimal edits, which is what this one's going to have to be. Minimal edits. And then I can turn around and post it and just be done, right? By Wednesday night. But it's still released on Wednesday, just a lot later than I like. So guess what doesn't show up on Wednesday? The doggone battery. Guess what does? The SIM card. Oh, cute. I don't need that. Because what can you do with a SIM card if the camera doesn't turn on? I keep calling it SIM. It's SD. I don't know what all these letters mean. I just know that that's what I need. It holds all this stuff. So I'm just a girl. So I'm just like, all right, what's really going on? So I sit around and I wait and I don't get my battery. I don't get the charger. So I can't even charge the current battery. So then fast forward again. Now mind, you're like, you can just go to the store and buy one. Yes, I could. But I just came from a work trip where I spent way too much money. I don't have the money to go spend $100+ on a charger and a battery in Best Buy. Like we don't have those funds. I spent $25 on Amazon. I don't even really fool with Amazon like that. But I said, for the situation, I need this battery today, and the stores are not going to give me what I need. And I looked, and most stores didn't have what I needed to begin with, because it's an older situation. I didn't want to buy something that I didn't need and then find out that it's not the right thing, and then it doesn't work, and then I can't return it because I opened the package and all types of crazy stuff. I didn't need that, because that would have actually been a certified crash out. So what did I do? I waited for Amazon to show up with exactly what I needed. Amazon played me. I did not get that battery until Friday. By Friday, I had way too much going on to prepare for Sunday. So I said, you know what? Take a breath. Take a breath. This is not a battle that you're going to fight today. So guess what? I didn't fight it because I'm just a girl. Okay? Like, I'm not a fighter. I'm not. I don't do that. You can ask many people. I don't fight. I'm going to just hurt you with my words. And the Lord is working on me. He's working on me, because that is the equivalent of cursing. And so I am working on being a better steward of my mouth. And so praise God. But like, what I am saying is, I'm not about to fight with a camera. And I'm not about to fight with that funky old devil, because my God already won. You hear me? So, yeah, ultimately, all of this to say, it's been ugly over here. And that is kind of the focus of today's episode. And that is the topic of, I'm every woman, it's all in me. It's so funny. I hope y'all enjoyed that in the first episode. I love that little clip. And then, did I do it right? Did I do it right? Funny enough, my father said I did do it right. So that's all I needed. I just needed somebody who actually knows music to tell me that I did it right. Because reality, I don't be singing like that. There are some people who will beg to differ with me. We can argue about it. But I don't be singing like that. I sing in my car. I don't even sing in the shower, because I live with people who can sing. So, my singing is very private. I sing in the company of other worshipers who sing louder. That's when I sing. So yeah, when my father was like, yeah, you did it right, you got the key change and everything, I said, period. That's all I needed. And then I left because he was about to watch me talk, and I don't like that. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. So here we are. This episode is being it's the both and of being every woman and being just a girl. As y'all heard, I'm just a girl, I'm just a girl, I'm just a girl. Let me explain what these two things mean, because I'm coming from the perspective of being like like a natural born woman. Like, I'm going to come from the perspective of being a woman. And like the burden of womanhood and all those types of things. But at the same time, I think that this same concept applies to men as well. And that is being every woman. If you hear the song, It's All in Me, anything you want done, I do it naturally. Like, and so I don't know exactly what Shaka was on, you know what I'm saying? But the concept of being everything for everybody, doing all the things, having a plate that's constantly full, all of these types of things, and then being just a girl. Like, at some point, there comes a time where you just don't want to have to do it all. You don't want to have all the responsibility. Like, I'm just a girl. Like, that's just the best way to put it. There's a little, I love when my hair is done. I love when my nails are done. Being a girl is fun. Like, correct. Absolutely correct. I love buying furniture. I love like making cute spaces. I got to host a brunch, and man, had the time of my life. Like, I begged these people. I said, please let me host it. Please. That's all I want to do, is make cute food and like have fun activities and yap about all the things with my friends. Like, please let me host the brunch. I'm just a girl. Like, I just want to do the girly things. Man, when these nails get done in 2 days, man, once my skin clears up and I can get my brows done again, a fresh retie and a new style. Being a girl is fun. Okay, it's a great time, and don't let me mess around and put on a cute outfit. Man, so let me get it together. All I'm saying is, like, I do enjoy a lot of the like just girly, like free, no responsibility aspects of life. But at the same time, I grew up, and I say this, hear me. I was raised to be a woman who can do everything for herself and never need a man. Ever. And so, as much as I despise killing bugs, I'll kill a bug. Like, if nobody's around, I will have to do it. It's gonna have to get done because it can't crawl around my house. Okay. Like, if a light bulb needs to be changed, I'll just have to get up there and change the light bulb. Like, if the trash has to be taken out, okay, all right, I'll do it. I'm just a girl, but I will do it. And so, like, these are minor things. These are very minimal. These are things that women do all the time, every day. But that's the point, right? It's like, it's stuff that as a woman I do not want to do, but I do. And just in general, like, woman or man, like, there's a lot of things that I just do because I see it needs to be done. And this is outside of the home, work, like all the things. I think I am on the most committees at my job right now. We're going to see when I get back to our work retreat. I actually have to go to work now, which is kind of the problem. But when we go to our work retreat, we have to update on our summer committees. And I think I'm a part of four or five. So, yeah, I don't know that anybody else is doing that much. And it's just like, why do you keep finding yourself doing the most? But I think the reality is I'm a helper. And some people consider help's a spiritual gift. Some people just think it is some people think it's a flaw. They consider it people pleasing. I think there's a fine line. But as someone who I personally consider myself gifted with the desire and ability to be helpful, I see so many areas where help is needed, and I try to fill them all. And then I find myself, like this morning, just like, I just want some rest. I just want some rest. So today we're going to Matthew 11, and we're going to talk about it just a little bit, because I genuinely have to leave like very soon. Because my boss told me to be there 30 minutes early, even though his boss said we don't have to be there until 30 minutes after what he told me. It's fine. Don't listen to me. So, this is Jesus talking, and he says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, because I am lowly and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And so Jesus is using a lot of like agricultural, like farmer type terms in this, talking about like yokes and burdens. But I don't know if it's common knowledge, but in that time, like let's use an ox for an example. When they would be put to work, they would have to be yoked to another one. So there would be like I can't explain it, but literally a brace that would go around their neck, and that brace would also be attached to, it would go around another ox's neck. And then they would work together to do the work. And so Jesus is saying, my yoke, like you being attached to me, you being connected to me, you being yoked to me, for us to do the work together, it is easy compared to a difficult yoke, would make, or a yoke that is imbalanced would ultimately put the pressure more on one ox than the other one. And so what Jesus is saying here is that I'm the one taking the burden, right? I'm the one taking all of the weight, so it's easy on you. So when you yoke yourself to me, when we decide to do this work together, your burden is light. You don't have to carry the weight. I do. So come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden is the old school version. Burdened is another way to say it. And I'll give you rest. Jesus sees it. He sees that we're tired. He says, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. Another way of saying this is humble. Like he feels the weight. He feels the burden. He feels the lowness, the heaviness of our hearts. And he's like, come to my side. Let me help you do all of this work. He's not saying the work doesn't have to be done. What he is saying is that I can help relieve you of the work. If we do this work together, it won't feel so hard. There's another scripture that says, do everything as unto God. And so imagine if you're doing everything as if you're doing it for God, as if God is your only boss, and Jesus is the one who's carrying the weight of that load. This becomes a beautiful work environment, right? And so, yeah, again, that's Matthew 11 verses 28 through 30. I just think it's so encouraging to like hear. And I've kind of been in this place lately of realizing, like, I was talking to a friend and I was like, anybody that's successful, I've kind of, and I put in a caption that I just haven't posted yet. But anybody that's successful, I think that they've come to terms with the reality that it's going to be hard. And I heard one lady say, you just have to choose your hard. It's going to be hard. It's hard being broke. Talking to one of my kids who's, not my kids, but anyway, my kids. One of my kids who's going off to college, and she was talking about getting like the lowest level meal plan. I said, girl, why? You're going to be broke either way. You might as well be broke and full, not broke and starving. Like, you go to college and you're broke. It's just a way of life. Like, come on now. And that's not to say that's everybody's story, but for most people that is the story, and for her, like, it's going to be the story. And so why would you? No, that's not a wise decision. Go ahead, like, eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, But you're making your life more difficult than it has to be by choosing this hard. So your life is going to be hard either way. And me and my brother were having this discussion as well. Like, following God, life is going to be hard, but not following God is also very hard. Life is hard either way. So choose your heart. You know what I'm saying? And Jesus he's already saying, it's easier on you when you choose me. When you come with me, when you follow me, it's easier for you. So choose your heart. You know what I'm saying? And then here's one thing I want to encourage all of us with heavy plates, with full plates, and nowhere to go. Like, there doesn't seem to be an out for any of those things that we're currently committed to. And so there's just a busy season. I heard two quotes. So we got two quotes today. Go with me. I'll be quick. The first one, the narrow road isn't a quiet road. This is something I feel like the Lord just dropped in my heart. When he tells us to follow the narrow and winding road, just because we're on this narrow road, and this came from a dream that's way too graphic to share, but just because we are on this narrow road, that does not mean the challenges will not show up. It does not mean that it is a quiet one where we will not have any disturbances or disruptions. It just means that it's narrow. It just means that a lot of people don't choose this way. So, for my people who are already on this walk down the narrow road, I need you to understand that it's not a quiet one. It is not necessarily serene. If you've ever been on like a walking path or a trail, the one that is wide and that is open typically is more calm than once you take the trail off of that one. Once you take the path that's a little less traveled, you run into the potential of snakes. You got bugs biting at your feet, like all this stuff, right? And so the narrow road is actually probably one where you can anticipate more things, but Jesus already told us, I got you. I'll carry the burden. I'll carry the weight. I'll do the work. So, man, to my ladies, just be a girl. Like, to my boys, experience your boy joy. Like, man, I literally have a collection on Instagram of saved posts that just make me smile. And it's literally just called Smile. Like, it is full of things that I know I can go in here and just smile. Find some stuff that makes you smile. You know what I'm saying? And then the last thing I want to encourage to all my doers, all my overdoers, all my overworkers, all my people who are like, I'm not overdoing anything, but everybody else tells you you are. I just want to encourage you. This one is another quote that I heard many, many years ago. Don't know where it came from. And it's, be called and sent, not up and went. Be called and sent, not up and went. Don't be so busy up and doing this, up and doing that, going here, doing this, da da da. This person needs me, this person needs me. I got to do this, I got to do this, da 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 da. Be called and sent. Find yourself in a place of sitting and resting until God calls you to move. I've realized that a lot of times when I'm like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do this, I don't know what's next, da da da, and I'm in that right now. I'm talking to myself. I've learned the Lord just wants me to continue doing what I'm doing until it is very clear what my next step or next move or next switch should be. Until then, keep doing what you're doing. But some of us are doing too much. And so let's step out of up and went and just be called and sent. Until we are called from our place of rest, until we are called from our place of static, sitting, abiding, remaining. Don't be out here doing the most. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I love y'all deeply. This has been recorded after, like, people have been introduced to the podcast. So we officially out here. Shout out to the lovely people who have subscribed. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I will continuously let you know that you don't have to be here. Like, please do not feel required to be here. But because you're here, thank you. I love y'all. Will I ever say that to your face? I don't know. Probably not. But I do. I love y'all. And I pray nothing but blessings for you. Peace.